Hi everyone, welcome to this rainy day in San Francisco, and we have our fifth vision board making extravaganza, which is a super fun activity, especially at the beginning of the year, where you can use the simple tool to help manifest your desires. So before we actually go over how to make a vision board, I want you to get out a piece of paper and split the piece of paper down the middle. And on one side, you're going to write where you are now, and on the other side, where you want to be. And then you can break it up into different categories that you want to focus on in your vision board. So you could, for example, only focus on one specific area for your vision board, like your finances and career and money and savings. And then your whole vision board is going to focus on that. So where you are now in those categories, and then where you want to be in the other column. And be as specific as you can. Now, if you want to make a more varied vision board, you can have different sectors. For example, your love relationships, your family, your community, spirituality, health and fitness, and then where you are now and where you want to be. And allow yourself to really dream big. You know, these images could be of Africa for travel and Australia. So you could do a whole bunch of exciting adventure for the next coming months and year. Same thing for your dream relationship. What is it going to look like? What is it going to feel like? And another idea which I like is ways of being. So it doesn't only have to be tangible objects like a car, a house, a pet. You could also have it be like, I just want to feel more freedom or more laughter, more adventurous. And what would that look like in an image? Or you can write a phrase. So now let's go over how to make a vision board after you do step one. So step two is you get a board, and it doesn't have to be this big. I actually recommend you know where you want to put it in your home or office, and cut the vision board to the size that fits. So if it's in your kitchen, for example, if you spend a lot of time cooking and cleaning in your kitchen, you can have it be in a place where you're looking there often, or if it's by your desk, know what is the appropriate size. If this works, great. If this is going to be like right by your bed and you see this right when you wake up and right before you go to bed, awesome, do it. But know that that takes a little bit more time, and it doesn't have to be that big. The second step, the way I like to do it, is to look through all the magazines and simply tear out images that you feel drawn to. You don't have to necessarily use them, and then you just put them aside. You could put them in different categories as you go, but you could do that later as well. But I just like to just kind of like when you write the first draft, you're just brainstorming, you're not editing, you're just writing. And then you go over the second draft and you edit and you know, fine tune it. So think of this as just your first draft vision board. Once you have all your images, then you can go through and think of the layout. Sometimes I like images for the background, like a beautiful sunset, or for the travel, or just colors I like. And then on top of that, you can cut out the images or the smaller images that you feel really drawn to the most, and that specifically fit your goals. Now, if there's something that you couldn't quite find at this point, say for example in fitness, you want to, you kind of see how you want to look or feel, or like, I take dance class, so if I see, the image of this really free dancer that's flexible and in her moment, then I'm like, you know what, I need that image. So I might have to look at ballet programs or dance programs, or, maybe if you're into yoga too, like fitness exercise magazines. For those images, because I want that image to be specific, because I have a specific idea of what I want to feel and look like for my health and fitness level. So sometimes there's a little bit of kind of like when I want a red dress that looks like this. When you go shopping, you actually have to, it takes a little bit more time to get specific about what you want, versus I just want to get a couple new items, then it's easier, right? So that's what we're going to do, and I want you to have fun. That's the most important thing in the process. And you know, a lot of times people are very critical of themselves when they're working on their vision board, like, oh, I need to make it perfect, or my images aren't good enough, or it doesn't look clean enough, or it's not artsy enough, or oh, I'm not an artist. But you know what? It's just your vision board, and it doesn't have to look a certain way. I'm not a believer in, you know, rules of each quadrant has to be this or that. You can use the markers and write something. You can, you know, cut out letters and write a phrase like,
I'm happy.
I'm happy. Yeah, you could do that too. And you could just make it. Sometimes I see people and they don't use the whole space and there's white background. And I'm like, you know what, that's cool. You know, it doesn't look like the ones you see on when you know, Google vision boards, but who cares? It's your vision board. And I like to not show people finished vision boards, just because if you show people, I work a lot with children in art, if you show children what a tree or a flower looks like, then they always do that. But what does a tree look like? There's about a bazillion trees out there. So allow your child creativity to flourish and just follow your intuitive calling into what your vision board should look like. Don't try to copy what other people's vision board looks like, or even if it looks good, just do your own thing. So thanks for watching, and I hope this gives you a tip if you're going to do this at home to make your own vision boards. All you need is a board, some scissors, glue stick, and magazines, and a little bit of time. Thank you so much.
I'm on ClassPass, so I can probably research these things.
Show me the boards.
I don't know